The UBAD Educational Foundation, UEF, led by Chairperson YaYa Marin Coleman, is bringing to the fore an issue that saw Pan-Africanists mobilize in several countries today in support of transitional president, 37-year-old Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso in West Africa. He took control of the country in 2022, and since then he has acted to rebuke Burkina Faso's former colonial ties with France. Earlier this month, Traore was accused by United States General Michael Langley during a Senate committee hearing of misusing Burkina Faso's gold reserves for personal protection. It's another case of international meddling of the United States, and it is being vehemently rejected by the people of Burkina Faso. Marin Coleman explained why this activism is important and provided additional background on Captain Traore.
If you look at UEF's logo, you'll see the continent of Africa next to the map of Belize, a map of the continent of Africa next to the map of Belize. We are always clear and we know that we are African-centered in our values, in our worldview, and that's Mama Africa for us. And we know that the name what people know the continent as right now, all 54 countries, recognizing that melanated, deeply dark-skinned people were the first people documented as contributors to the cradle of civilization. So that means once we people, and no our skinfolk aren't our kinfolk, once we people are in need in any way and we could help, even if it means interceding to our African ancestors and ancestors, learning more about what happened, see how it is that we could show solidarity. Captain President Ibrahim Traore has military training. And so there was a leader, I think maybe 83 to 87. His name was Brother Thomas Sankara. He changed the name of the colonial name from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, which means land of upright men. And he was very different from a lot of African leaders in that he was very humble. He ride on bicycle. He sell off like the Mercedes-Benz what they use for the government. The clothing work, public workers wear them a traditional clothing, and he was very focused on being self-sufficient and the sovereignty of the country. There was a coup, he won people and sell out for the military, and Brother Ibrahim has made it known how much he admires ancestor Thomas Sankara leadership, and he want to finish where he start. The people of Burkina Faso are very inspired and hopeful. Over the short period of time from 2022, he has invested in agriculture for ensure that they have self-sufficiency. It chase out the French. Ensure that they build a gold refinery so that them benefit from the natural resource of gold. And then they behave under his leadership and his team, then they decolonize and they move away from a European worldview. And so then they say both France and the United States have no right for to tell them what will happen in a them country, what that them for decide what will happen. Now, a majority of our African ancestors came from the west coast of Africa, and Burkina Faso is on the west coast of Africa. So it's important that we document and tell our own stories to say who we align with, who it is that we are in solidarity with, have great respect and honor for, and that for make like most of the protests gone at the U.S. Embassy because this happened in a one Senate hearing for the U.S. So I send one signal to the United States and some gone at the French Embassy that we got our eyes for him because we know how countries like the United States, for example, have killed political leaders. And so because so much eyes upon her right now, they might not necessarily do a straight assassination, but then they have other ways of going in our country and make it unstable and look like the white man have to come rescue we can't manage yourself. But African descendants and continental African, they make it known globally. We got our eyes upon this brother, hands off Ibrahim Traore.